If you want to be the best, if you want to win, if you want to grow, if you're willing to make those sacrifices, I promise you all, your greatest days are yet to come.
Well, happy Valentine's Day. Love you.
Hey, let me just, this is my partner, Jeff.
Hello, partner Jeff.
How's it going, sir?
Just styling and profiling.
Stop it. I love the coat.
Yeah.
Welcome to Montreal.
Let's do it. Well, welcome to my Montreal room. So I was rolling around my little bag. I'm like, I don't even know what the room is. I've got my office over here. So then this is my suite, my little sitting area, my second office, my bedroom. Look at Montreal. Got the CN Tower.
King of Canada.
Is your room like this?
No.
No.
Okay, ready, Ryan?
Let's do it. Is it the same thing that we just did?
It's the exact same thing.
Okay.
But now, how can I get direct into what type of branding that I really want to do for my business in real estate?
Your ability to have an opinion is what people are attracted to. It's the whole reason you still watch the news or follow someone on TikTok who will tell you things you already know. But what makes me unique and makes people want to follow and be a part of it and then be a part of that success, right, is the and. So I am real estate and what? Your audience is evolving and they're growing, but you're not. You've been talking about the same shit for 5 years. You have a 15-year-old that started following you that was excited, who's now 20. That 20-year-old doesn't watch your TV station anymore. If you don't evolve with your client, with your customer, with your audience, then they're gonna evolve around you and past you. Like you're staying in that right lane on the highway, doing what you think is best, letting the market and letting the audience dictate what you think you're supposed to be doing instead of you dictating the speed. And there's a big difference that way, right? You set the speed limit. The audience then follows you.
Who helps you with that? Like, who helps you?
You listening, being a part of the conversation and understanding what everyone else is saying and where the conversation is going and being a part of that movement that way, right? And not saying the same thing over and over and over and over and over. Like I haven't done weekly property tours the way everybody knows me. I want to say in at least 2 years. But we started doing other things, right? We created different channels. I started my own company. Like I started talking in different ways. I left $1 Million Listing because we started our own company. Like that was a big, big risk. And now we have a new show on Netflix that comes out in a couple months that is me as a CEO. That's very weird and super uncomfortable. But it's the evolution. And some of my audience is gonna come with me. Some's gonna say, no, I just like it when he shows kitchens. But then new audience is gonna come in and say, oh, is that guy? Right? But they're gonna evolve. And so that consistency. Something I think about a lot these days, I'm sure I have a lot of individual stories though, is just sort of like it sounds a little bit intense, but it's like the power of sacrifice. I used to set annual goals all the time, and I still do, like business goals, revenue goals, and all that stuff. But I really started thinking about, we all start the year trying to do so many different things. Anyway, we have all these goals, I want to hit all these goals, and we set our whole life up about wins without actually thinking about, in order to get to that win, something has to give. What is my annual sacrifice, right, that I'm really giving up in order to get to that next level of a win, where then maybe next year I don't have to sacrifice this, but I'm going to sacrifice something else. And then it comes down to, you know what, I'm going to sacrifice family this year because it's going to get me to here and it's going to be better for my family long term, right? And I think that's something that I think all of us, as we think about, right, how we grow, it's more about what are we leaving behind so that we can grow that next ring in our tree. I was talking to somebody else about how I look at my life like a big oak tree, and my tree happens to be real estate, right? And it wasn't by purpose. Like I planted a lot of seeds everywhere. A lot of them didn't grow, but the real estate one did. And I don't necessarily know why, but that's the one that grew. So then, okay, what branches can I then grow out of that tree? And so what did I have to sacrifice in order to grow that oak tree? None of this answers your question in any way, shape, or form. I know that, but it's definitely what's on my mind. How are you? Hi. I'm currently in the middle of a photo shoot here, but I always pick up the phone for my wife. Say hi. How do we say hi in French? Say something in French. Bonjour. Bonjour from Montreal. Everyone say hi to Amelia. Okay, bye. I sent her to Switzerland so I could come be with all of you.
Nice to meet you.
Good to meet you. Sorry. I thought it was my kid. I don't pick up for my wife. Just kidding. What's up, Montreal? What's going on? Okay, assis-toi. How many people in this room are under the age of 35? How many of you are over the age of 35? Okay. So when we're younger, we feel that our lives are made up of our wins. But then as we get older, we start thinking about our lives made up of our losses. Like when I was younger, it was just about, all right, I won that job, I won that deal, I won that date, I got that thing. I didn't really think about the things that I lost or the sacrifices that I made. Then you hit 35 and you start getting a little bit older and you realize, now I actually start thinking about the loss. Because my life is actually not just made up of wins, because the wins are gonna happen anyway, no matter what. Right? My job is to swing. Actually, my job is to fail. The more I fail, by default, the more I'm gonna win, because it just means I'm taking more swings. But if I truly understand that every win comes with a sacrifice, either less family time, less time with my kids, less time with your spouse, less time having fun, less time having friends, less time watching TV. Like I told you at the beginning, I built my company during COVID because everybody else stayed home and watched Netflix. And I used that time to build a company that typically would have taken me probably 2 years to put together, and I put it together in 3 months. So as you leave here today, think about your wins in terms of what you're gonna give up to get them. And every year it can be different. No Christmas, no vacations, no nothing. Because I knew that the only way that I could get up in life was to move faster than everybody else and take their business when they were going elsewhere. So what is that sacrifice that you're willing to make? If you want to be the best, if you want to win, if you want to grow. And then be open and honest with people about what that sacrifice is. Because if you're willing to make those sacrifices, if you're willing to build that brand, to build your own enterprise, to do the biggest deals you've ever done, I promise you all, Montreal or anywhere, your greatest days are yet to come. The biggest deal every single person in this room has ever done, you haven't even done yet. Thank you very much, Montreal.